defending, I think, seems to be lacking for Liverpool.
Does it look like to you that they are being coached as a defensive unit?
I don't think they are. It doesn't look like it. They don't look organized. They don't look like they want to defend. I look at some of their players. The first thing is just how good they can be on the ball and how they can pass and go forward, and the fullbacks how we can attack and join in. I don't think the first thought is defending. So I think as a unit, they look all over the place, and what the reason for that is, it could be many reasons. Like you said, the lack of continuity between them. I think communication is a big part of the game. Maybe that's not there. So I think as a unit that they just look all over the place, and I think confidence once again is low. People making bad decisions. So it seems to be a little bit of a mess over there.
Liverpool versus everybody, and you gotta love that. I just had to play that real quick before we started in. Great result yesterday. I think we know that. Just come back with a review. Been watching a little bit of the game, first half, especially this morning back. And, as we said yesterday, just really, really good to see us kind of bounce back and do the things that I know we can do and that team knows they can do, which is working hard for each other, closing down the opposition, killing them with pace. I think there was a stat of that was a game that we ran the most all season, covered the most ground. So that's good. I mean, when you got guys like Henderson stepping up, I think Henderson, that might be one of his best games, not his best game so far this season. Can't talk enough about Coutinho. I mean, I don't know if this is more of him continuing his kind of resume and kind of continuing his auditioning for apparently Barcelona going to. But whatever the reason is, I'm glad that he's playing like he's playing now. I mean, he's playing like, in his mind, he believes I owe Liverpool the best that I can give them, my best season for them. Kind of like what Suarez did before he left. And you gotta love that, man. Say what you want about Coutinho. I've said it on this channel over the years, months, days, whatever. But he's playing his behind off, and I love it. It's a beautiful thing to see. Early on, we gave Daniels on the right there on Salah's side a lot of trouble, and he also intercepted a lot of passes too. Ake as well, who's a really good young talent, and we know what he could do against us last season, as well as Daniels. They both kind of were part of that comeback from them. But anyway, but the thing I like about Salah is that he's making a lot of these goals on his own. Surely the ball gets to him from someone. He gets a pass, but he gets into the box and he does things on his own, whether it's his strength or whether it's his he's so kind of cerebral as far as when he gets the ball. If one thing isn't working, a lot of times he'll go to his left, but if one thing isn't working, he'll try something different, to go around, turn the defender, come back. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing to see, and he looks undroppable. And I apparently he's got this quick recovery, Klopp has said, and kind of similar to Suarez, just was never really or rarely ever hurt. And if he did, he was able to just kind of recover and be back to ready to play. You need guys like that are just hungry to play through injury, play through whatever. And Salah just seems like he has that. Let's hope for the best on that. But, another thing is, we talked about this all season too. Last season, we didn't have Mane in our team or Coutinho or whatever. We were really, really worried and panicked. But, we're building up a squad, and it's a beautiful thing to see. I was on Arsenal Fan TV, and they were saying, Salah, gotta stop Salah. I love that opposing supporters think that. I hope Arsenal thinks that too, meaning the players on that team, because if they think Salah's the only person they gotta stop, they got another thing coming. And honestly, their best bet is to park the bus. I've said it already. They're not gonna do that, and so that makes it a better situation for us. But those kind of teams, we're gonna just bypass. And of course, there'll be games we'll play against teams that are open, just as open as us. And it might just be a shootout, or it might just be who can outlast the other. But speaking on that, I think our defense has done better. And that's why the Begovic thing is really, really nice to see and start out with this video, because yes, sure, we've had defensive issues for as long as I can remember with Liverpool, to be honest. I can't remember the last time we've had an elite defense, or defense that you thought could keep you in games and would allow you to lose games. So it's been a long time, but I have to give credit to the defense, man. We've been doing really, really well, really, since the Tottenham and those City and Tottenham games. After those games, well, I guess we'll say Tottenham because that was the last game we lost. I think we've been doing pretty well. You know what I mean? So it's always easy to get upset when we have 2 draws against teams we should beat. But I said it already before. We're in a good way. I'm liking what we're doing. Ox Chamberlain. I mean, this guy. I refuse to call him the Ox, if you haven't noticed. But Ox Chamberlain. I mean, this guy is just coming on at the right time. And like he said in the post-match, there's more to be expected from him, and I believe that. But he just looks so hungry, so determined to be a part of this 11, part of this team. I just think a summer with him and preseason and things is going to make it even better for the team, for Klopp, and for himself. But to come into a team like this, not from the start, coming from Arsenal, and trying to get into the things, and you know, it's what Klopp wants players, or has, you know, asked from his players is very demanding. I think we all can see that and know that. And so I think he's done good with that. And of course, now you got people coming out, oh, I doubted him. That's why you shouldn't doubt players that we get. You know what I mean? Especially players with that type of potential coming in. It's obvious that it's going to take him maybe a minute to get warmed up to what we do, and he's doing it. And boy, was he warmed up yesterday. So we needed that. I was happy to see him on the team sheet. But yeah, I mean, I'm proud of everybody, man. I mean, everybody really, really collectively had a hand in winning that game and winning it convincingly. And it's just nice to do that. You know, you think about teams that we kind of owe, and you kind of circle those games on the calendar, and you can't wait to play them again and get some revenge. And we did that plus more. You know, to wipe them off the pitch, their own pitch, and have it be a comfortable thing to start singing. You know, a lot of times when we're up on teams, we start to chant, and a lot of you guys know that chant. And it's always good to sing and show them the way to go home. But it's always nice knowing that there's not going to be something happen to us in the second half or towards the end of the game. So we definitely showed them the way to go home, which is probably not that far from the stadium. But yeah, it was just good. It was just good. Really, really, really happy with these guys. And it's a good result to get before Arsenal. Now Arsenal is going to want to get their revenge on us, and they're going to be ready to play. It's at Emirates. They're at home. The fans will be there, thick, loud, and we've got to fight through all that. I'm not going to talk too much about that game because it's a few days away now. We will definitely have a match build up, but I will say right now that I'm a little torn. Again, I know it's early, but I'm wondering, do we put Mane back and have that Fab Four? I know Klopp doesn't like that term, but they're a fabulous four. You know, that's just my opinion. Do we put Mane, Firmino, Salah, and Coutinho, or do we keep Ox in there, or maybe put Ox in the midfield with Henderson or Genie or Chan or whatever? I don't know. Yeah, just really, really, really proud of those situations that we did yesterday. And people will continue to talk about subs and how Klopp's late with those. We know that, but I think yesterday it wasn't really a factor. I don't think we need anybody to come in and change games or change the game or necessarily insert any kind of difference in the game. Again, I think it was just Klopp trying to get guys minutes. You know, you saw the players that came in. You didn't really expect too much. I think it's laughable. No disrespect to Lala, we all love Lala, but people think he's actually ready to come in and start from now on, like the next game. Or I mean, clearly he's got a ways to go. He's off the pace. He's not, and I understand that, but let's give him some time. Let's not be in such a rush to get Lallana back. We got other guys at this moment, in my opinion, that can serve those purposes, serve those positions right, and I think we should stick with that. You don't just bring a guy back in and just all of a sudden he's starting. No. I think a few more games on the bench, depending on how that goes and how he looks in training, of course, maybe in January, maybe even the Swansea game. But I think even beyond that, you know, we need to hold off on Lallana. Clearly we thought we had him back full strength, and he came back and then he had a setback. So we need to treat that a little bit with a little bit more care, and then kind of ease him back in. But yeah, this is it. You know, we as supporters, we shouldn't get too high, and we shouldn't get too low. You know, we stay right in the middle. We know what this team could do when we're firing on all cylinders. But it's football. You know, you're not going to always be dominating every team, and a lot of times you might need a last gasp. You need something, some fortune, and we got that. You know, that you can say it was offsides for the Firmino goal, but we've had so many things go against us, and sometimes, you know, Klopp talks about it all the time. I think people are complaining about him saying it, but this is what he means. but you got to be working hard and fighting hard in order to get these kind of gifts or this luck or these moments of fortune in a game. You can't just wait on it. You got to work, fight, and they come. You know what I mean? So I'll take it. By that time, the game was pretty much over anyway, and we probably should have added more goals on. But yeah, all in all, just a good win, a way to just really, really get our revenge on that team, and really, really, really just destroy them. So that was good to see, and I just can't wait to see them again. Hopefully, we keep everybody healthy through this week. Nobody picks up any knocks in training or nothing like that. We need the guys we have now. We've already lost a few guys, and it seems like those guys are still working to get back. But yeah, just overall, really, really happy, really proud, and really, really optimistic as usual. And can't wait for this game Friday night. Can't wait. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and we will see you guys sometime between now and Friday.